Good evening, everybody. How's everybody going tonight? I'm just going to give it a minute here and see if anybody comes on. I'm running a little behind today, so I was hoping to get this on earlier and get it done, but I had such a busy day, so I didn't get to do it. Hello, my daughter. I love you. Hope everything's going good. Don't I look all frazzly? Oh my goodness. Anywho, I tagged a person or two. I'm going to share this in probably a group or two and ask anybody who likes this to share it as well. But here we go. So I labeled this video as the Keto 90-Day Challenge Prep. We are 4 days away from the 1st of January, 2018. And so, oh, thank you, sweetheart. Anyway, so I just wanted to go over some steps that we need to take to get ready. As I had mentioned earlier, for anybody else who had caught my earlier little video, I went to my doctor's appointment, and I got the A-OK to go back and restart my keto, and I was very, very pleased with that. So with that being said, it's time to jump in with both feet, and the things I want to talk about are just tips to get you started and be successful with the ketogenic diet. Okay, there's a lot of people that have no idea where to start, how to jump in, what to do, how to lose weight. Hello, Danielle. I got my girls on. I'm happy for that. Love you, daughter. So here we go. I'm going to start this out. Hi, Hannah. How are you tonight? So here we go. Oh, Christmas tree is still up. See, there's just so much to do. I've got to get this all down. Okay. So I'm going to run over some things tonight. This is not going to be a real long video as far as I know. If anybody has any questions, please type them in and I'll try to keep up with it. I got my girls in there watching for me as well. I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to the first. I'm going to ease into it because that's one of my tips. So let's go with this. In order to get ready for the 1st of January, my first tip would be to ease into it. Start now. You know, be ready for the 1st of January. Jump in and have everything ready that you need, okay? We're going to go over grocery lists. We're going to go over cleaning out your pantry, supplements, water, just all that kind of stuff. But my first tip would be talk to yourself right now. Use the next 4 days to think about where you are with your relationship with your food. And what are you willing to do to improve your health? I mean, you might be doing keto because you have diabetes. You might be doing keto because you need to lose weight. You might be doing keto because you have epilepsy. I mean, there's different reasons for people doing this diet, okay? And for me personally, there's a couple of things. Food intolerances. For me, I am intolerant to gluten and wheaten. Wheaten and gluten. Oh, well, you know, I'm trying to be all talky here. Anyways, if I eat gluten, if I eat wheat, I have huge issues. I mean, I run around here looking like I'm carrying a baby elephant and getting ready to give birth. I have the most uncomfortable pain in my stomach. I get water retention. I get big bags underneath my eyes. Can you see that? Those are little ones right now, but they can be quite big. Anyway, so for whatever reason, do a self-talk, okay? And say, is this what I want? And then take the time to cut back. Cut back. So if you go, you know, for the next 4 days, you can take the approach of, I only have 4 days left, so I'm going to eat all the carbs I can and enjoy the last of this and probably gain a few more pounds and probably feel sick. Or you could say, look, here we go. I'm getting ready to start this on the 1st. So I'm going to start cutting back. I mean, I'm maybe going to skip the toast with my breakfast if you eat breakfast. Or maybe I'm going to toss off the bun if I go to Burger King. I'm going to eat my fries because I still have 4 days left, but I'm going to toss the bun. Start making some small changes now. Say, you know, to yourself, get that water. I'm going to start drinking water more frequently. I'm going to be more mindful of it. Just simple things like that can make your transition so much easier. Okay? You got that terrible feeling too from the holidays? I don't know who doesn't right now. You know, between the sugar and the carbs, I'm absolutely miserable, personally. And hey, here's another little thing, a little nugget of knowledge. Did you know that sugar is like the worst poison in the whole wide world? I mean, for humans, it causes aging, it causes wrinkles, but it causes inflammation so bad, it causes joint pain. Good God, it's terrible. So ease into it. Cut back on the sugars, cut back on the carbs, just cut them out a little bit. That way when you jump in on Monday and you go down to just veggies and meats and you've cut out all the sugar, it won't be so hard on you. So that was my first little tip. Okay? And if possible, now, if you're like me, you can't necessarily clean out your pantry, you know? I mean, if you have a personal stash of, I'll use my mom for example. If you have a personal... I can't talk tonight, y'all. Okay, if you have a personal stash of Hershey's Kisses sitting in your bedroom, in your nightstand, get rid of it, all right? Clean out your pantry if you can. For those of you who are just taking the journey alone, and your husband or your significant other or your children, if you're family oriented, if you're still going to be cooking regular for them, well, damn your luck. Again, have a self-talk, okay? I can tell you this from my personal experience. When I had learned about the keto diet last year and I had made up my mind to do it, I knew that I was going to be looking at my whole family who loves barbecues, cookouts. It was the end of July going into August, and there was still a lot of summertime fun food out there, and I just said no. So get your head set, okay? Clean out that pantry if you can. Now, on the other hand, you can get a grocery list together, and over the weekend, sometime this weekend, go get the basics. And I'm going to suggest this. If money's no object for you and you can just go out and shop and get whatever you want, oh, the sky's the limit. You can shop for all kinds of things to make all kinds of great keto food. But say you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of cash, I just want to encourage you and let you know, I think this TV is kind of making me blue. What do y'all think? Am I blue? Thumbs up, blue? Blue thumbs up? I'm kind of blue, huh? Anyway, you can go and start out with the basics. And then as each week progresses on keto, add an ingredient or two so that you're not breaking the budget. All right? For me personally, the grocery list is simple. You want butter. If you can afford Kerrygold or organic grass-fed butter, buy it. If you can't, buy butter. Just don't buy margarine or spreads, okay? You need some butter. Hey, one of my daughters, if you're still listening in there, make a list of what I'm saying, please, and post it in here somewhere. Okay, so start with some butter. Start with eggs. You're welcome, Monica. Thank you, Felicia. I was born with it. So, butter, eggs, coconut oil. Coconut oil is, and if you don't like the taste of coconut oil, get the refined coconut oil. It has all the benefits without the taste, and that's what I use. You can go to Sam's Club or Costco or any of those food warehouses. You can get a big jar of it for a reasonable price, and you can still have it organic, and it'd be like $12. I got a huge jar for like $12 of it, or that amount. I mean, it's huge. And then you're going to get your bacon. I could sit here and tell you to get everything organic, everything grass-fed, make sure there's no nitrates, make sure there's no sulfur. The only thing I'm going to tell you about bacon, sausage, and things like that, take a peek at the label when you go shopping for your breakfast meats. Try to avoid added sugars. They do add up. So instead of getting the maple glazed bacon, get applewood smoked or hickory smoked or something like that. If it says 0 carbs on the back, have at it. Have fun with it. All right, so breakfast is pretty much bacon, eggs, sausage, ham, things like that. You can also look at things like berries. Me personally, that's when I like to eat berries. If you like them, you don't have to have them, but I like blueberries and I like strawberries. So in season, I buy them fresh. I don't know who has Aldi's out there. I said it right. They had blueberries for 69 cents for half pints last week in December. Sure, they were shipped in from somewhere, but I went for it. Get some berries or some cherry tomatoes. And then look for things for lunches. Now, here's the thing. Here's where meal plans come in. And intermittent fasting. Most of us on keto find that 2 meals a day, 2 good-sized meals a day, and some snacking on the side is very filling. Very filling. So we're taking this as week 1, y'all. This isn't your whole life. This is week 1, okay? Buy a pot roast. Buy a pork roast. Buy a couple of packages of chicken. Do chicken thighs. They're cheap. Or chicken breast is okay, but really on keto, you want thighs and legs. They're cheap. They're higher in fat. They have more flavor. And they're really versatile. And you can buy them skinless if you like, or buy them bone-in, whatever you prefer. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. If you take a pot roast and you throw it in a crock pot and you put a 1/4 stick of butter on it, and then you put some paper towels on top of that, and you let it cook for 5 or 6 hours on low, you've got enough food for yourself and even your family for a couple of days, or for yourself for 3 or 4 days. With that there, you can turn around and, have cauliflower mash, which you could buy at the Walmart, in the freezer section. Go for it. You can have broccoli, you can have asparagus, you can have cabbage, you can have Brussels sprouts, you can have kale. I'm listing all of Dr. Berry's vegetables. I watched his video earlier. Avocados. Avocados are a must. I have a rule. It's that avocado a day thing, because you can have half an avocado with your breakfast, or you can opt to put it in a salad, or you could just put it on the side as a meal. Avocados are great. Keto is all about high fat, but I like to say high healthy fat. High coconut oils, grass-fed butters, avocados, avocado oil, olive oil. I mean, there's just so many good ways to have it. It doesn't always have to come in the form of bacon, the god of all keto foods. But I don't mind adding the bacon either. I just prefer to eat a lot of good healthy fats. So get your salad veggies together. Game day is coming, do some hot wings. Have some fresh raw broccoli. And you can have ranch dressing. I mean, veggie tray, hot wings. First week of food can be very, very simple. You're welcome, Hannah. Other things that I want to talk to you about, and I think it's really important. If you keep your fat high during the day, and make sure you eat some with every meal, or as a supplement, you should not have a problem with constipation. Okay? But if you're not getting enough fat and you're eating a lot of protein, you might have that problem. So you might want to buy some psyllium husks. That's kind of like what you find in Metamucil or something like that. Just something to keep you regular. I didn't have that problem too bad. Because I eat lots of fat. But let's talk about supplements. I think that another good thing to have is a multivitamin. Let's face it, on keto you are giving up grains. You're not getting beans or legumes. You're not getting breads or pastas. You're not getting a lot of the fruits and some vegetables out there. So you're gonna give up, and you're not doing as much like dairy. You can have dairy, but you're not just doing as much. So I like to have a multivitamin. I buy a live multivitamin without the iron. I eat enough meat to get my iron in. So buy a multivitamin. Just look on the back. If it has iron in it, go ahead and take it. But if it causes constipation, no. That's the only reason, okay? So you're eating fats, but you think the cheese is not making you regular. Well, there is that. Linda, cheese. Go easy on it. I mean, if you're eating it like at every meal or several times a day, that can really be a problem. If you're just having like a handful of cheese cubes with one of your snacks during the day, like I like to get some of the summer sausage and a handful of those cheese cubes, I don't have an issue. But if I start putting cheese in my omelet, and then I have cheese sprinkled on my salad, and then I have, melted cheese pizza, fathead pizza for dinner, yeah, I'm going to have that problem. Miracle pasta. Yes, ma'am. I have heard of that. I actually bought some. I went to our local Walmart, and they had like zero carb noodles. And it was in a bag it was liquidy. And they freaked me out. I will be honest with you. I'm pretty good at cooking, and I've tried everything. But they freaked me out. And I let them sit in my cabinet, and I kept thinking to myself, try them. To the point that I was like, ew, I can't, and I didn't, and I let them sit there too long, so I tossed them. Now, I am going to commit to trying them again. And I've heard they stink, and I heard you have to wash them good, and then after you rinse them like 2 or 3 times, they should be fine. It freaks me out. I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm still freaked out. Why do I want some stinky thing that I have to wash 3 times in order to eat it? I mean, that's just me personally, but if that's your thing, you go for it, I like zucchini for my pasta, and I like summer squash, spaghetti squash for my pasta, so it's delicious, absolutely delicious. So let's move on. Multivitamin, vitamin D. Now, if you are cutting back on the dairy, I think vitamin D is good. It's good for your moods, but it's also good to replace that for your bones. When you're not eating as much dairy, put in a vitamin D. It's $2 or $3 for a little bottle at Walmart, and there's like 100 of them in there. Do that. What's the other supplements? Fish oil if you like, but again, I've heard that, and it's just one of those things that if that's you, if you're over 50, I just do it because. But the 2 you should take, I guess, is a multivitamin and D. Oh, I had a message earlier. I'm going to do this real quick. Miss Diane Sapien. There she is, Diane Kelly Sapien. Okay, hi. She had messaged me earlier, and she had tried another diet, and she's curious about the keto diet, and they were polar opposites of each other, and she wanted to know if the keto diet caused, she didn't want it to clog her arteries. Hi, honey. Hi, Jessie girl. That's my daughter-in-law who's like a Dada. Love you, sweetie. From what I've read and what I just heard Dr. Berry say, the ketogenic diet is heart healthy. It is fine. I've heard that some of your levels, your cholesterol levels can go up when you first start the ketogenic diet, but I've also heard that those cholesterol numbers are not as important as your triglyceride numbers. And your triglyceride numbers can control your lipids. Now, I'm not a science and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, but from everything that I'm reading, eating healthy keto fats actually improves all of those numbers. Now, I've been off keto for a while. I just got all my panels and they were all good. So that's a good thing, actually. They just called and said, hey, your numbers are all good. And I'm like, great. Now I'm going to go and start this keto. So when I go back for my checkup and they do blood work again, I can do a comparison. So Lolita Holdren. Hi, how are you tonight? So let me see if I'm covering everything here. We've got heart healthy, supplements, water, shopping, clean pantry out. Pretty much that's it. We could discuss exercise a little bit. Okay, we'll discuss spaghetti squash in just a sec. I will say this, it's January. If you're like me, it's cold outside. I ain't doing squat. Sorry. That's all there is to it. I don't have a gym membership. I do not plan on getting a gym membership. I bought one and I paid for it for the last 2 years. And can you tell? I didn't use it. I didn't have time. When I did have time, when the weather got nice, I'd go to the park and I loved walking in outdoors. So come spring, I'll be out there. That's me. Okay, let's talk about spaghetti squash. All I do for spaghetti squash is I cut it lengthwise down the middle, scoop out the middle, throw a little oil on it, olive oil, coconut oil, butter, however oil, some salt, some pepper, and I put it cut side flat down in a pan, and you can put it in the oven and you can roast it for 40-45 minutes at about 450 degrees. Or you can put it in a microwave safe dish and go for, well, it depends on how strong your microwave is, but you can do it in the microwave too in about 15 minutes. So either way works. I've done both, and you just take a fork and flip it over and you just scoop it all out with a fork and it just shreds just like spaghetti. It's so yummy and delicious. You're welcome. Okay. I think that's about it. So to highlight, have your self-talk. Find out if you're really ready to commit to this. It can be life-changing, and it's wonderful. I will tell you that. I can't reiterate. I can't say it enough. If you can stick to this, you will start feeling just better and better and better. So have that self-talk with yourself. It's a way of life. It's not just a diet. So when you start this, it's not like, oh, I'm just going to do this for 6 months, lose some weight, and then go back to my old habits, because I got news for you. Your old habits is what's got you there in the first place. So keep that in mind. Take some time to go over your pantry. If there's things in there that you know are your trigger foods, get rid of them. If you can't resist them, get them out of your house, or have your husband lock them up in a garage with a padlock so, the kids and him can go out there when they're ready. Get your grocery list together. Meats, eggs, some cheese, some good veggies, green leafy veggies, some berries, some good healthy fats. Get your avocados, your coconut oil, your butter. Oh, and don't forget to buy heavy whipping cream. I love it. It's good in your coffee. It's good to make some whipped cream, and you could throw some berries in it. It's that delicious. And you know what? Next week, when we get this going and we've started and we've got our basics, if you could throw in a little bit of almond flour to that grocery list, next week for dessert, we'll make some keto mud cakes. Good luck, everybody. I'm super, super excited to start this. I'm gonna be posting over in Keto for real life people a grocery list. I'm just gonna put some pictures of I'll pull them off of Google and put them on there. Keto approved food list, what to buy, grocery list. You pick and choose what you like. You don't have to have everything on it. And I hope you guys have gotten some value from this tonight. I hope that this has been helpful. And if this is something you would just like to keep doing, would y'all do me a favor and just give me, I mean, there's 9 of you. Give me the thumbs up. And I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will catch you later.